Hi, this is Maya Shannon, and we're here with Amy Johnson. So, we'd like to continue what we're talking about regarding Sadvipra, and we'd like to know more about what you'd like to express, how people can be a part of this.
Yeah, there are different ways to be part of it. You can be an active member, a primary member, wherein you accept the ideals of the Sadvipra leadership, the ideals of the qualities, you can say, of the leader, uh, pairing into the ideal of a Sadvipra, and at the same time, help uh, inspire others and bring people to get to know about our ideals, right?
Mhm.
So that is accepting the ideals of a Sadvipra and helping others to get to know about this. That's being an active member. Now, there's a secondary membership or participation, and that is yes, I accept the good ideals, the qualities of a leader, and I want to I aim to become like that, and I want to help the society. And maybe you will consider running for an office.
Wow,
Local,
that's okay.
local, state, regional, who knows, up to the national level in every country of the world because it's international. But or in the Philippines or in Maharlika, we call it barangay captain. They start from the village, the block level, so on and so forth.
So, yeah, this is exciting because then we're bringing morality
And
into,
spirituality,
yeah, and spirituality. Yes, for sure.
wisdom,
Right. Yes.
love, compassion, kindness, no compromise with the love, compassion, kindness, and humanity. Feeling the pain of others, understanding how it is, how it feels to be poor, how it feels when you don't have nothing or don't have enough for your children, for your family, or for your neighborhood. And not only that, for people, even they have something, but they are mentally deprived of mental contentment, of mental peace. Or people, even they have so much money, but there's no spiritual thirst. There's spiritual thirst, but their spiritual thirst is not quenched. That's why the first part of being a Sadvipra is you have to approach your supreme being. You have, because you see, if you depend your inspiration or your life on a material thing, which is the beginning and an end, a quick one, because it's a material thing, it's finite, not infinite, then even if you have all the wealth of the world, you can jump from the top portion of the building and take your life away. Because the
Okay.
boredom is there. There is no spiritual energy. A human being is a yeah, a human being is a body, mind, and spirit. So you have to convert your physical energy into spiritual energy, and spiritual energy to, I mean, my mental energy to spiritual energy, and then your spiritual energy will inspire your mental activity, your expressions, and then your mental activity or your mental energy that is influenced by your spiritual energy or inspiration will express and manifest in your physical actions.
Okay, so the physical action, would that be meditation? Like
Physical action.
people, yeah, physical action to be
No,
able to
whatever
hone
you do in
in.
your life day to day, you will not you will not cause harm to others. You will not do injustice to others because you have the conscience.
Mhm.
Your mental, your mind, your subconscious, your conscious mind is touched by the benevolence, the love of the spirit. Because do you think the supreme being created this world to harass his creation? No, he's there to love. And by the way, I would say in my spiritual realization, because I've been doing meditation for the last 50 years,
Mhm.
sometimes 4 times a day, sometimes 2 times a day, sometimes 3 times a day, a rigorous effort to understand my inner spirit, my inner being, my creator, you
Mhm.
know. So, what was I saying? You were going to say something.
Well, so we're talking about meditation, which
Yeah,
is part
yeah,
of the practice to be able to reflect back the supreme consciousness back
No.
into.
When I say physical activity, whatever you do, if you're working, if you're dealing with your family, you will always be reflecting the holiness, the sanctity of your physical expressions. And then what you're thinking, you will not nurture things that you will nurture things that will elevate your mind. And then in the wee hours of your, solitude, before
Mhm.
you sleep and when you wake up in the morning, your mind is touched. Your mind is connected with your inner spirit, with your inner light. That is an ideal existence.
Mhm.
That's an
That's
ideal
beautiful.
existence. Not like when you wake up in the morning, you're already looking at TikTok and video games. You'll be lost. You know why you'll be lost? Because the happiness, the joy of material things is finite. It ends so quickly. Then you want more. You want more. That's why you study undergrad, then you do master's degree, then you do PhD, and then you have more PhDs, and you're more and more and more. The mind can never be satisfied because why? Because within you you have the spirit, and the spirit wants to be fed by a spiritual food. And what is the spiritual food? That's the only way to get spiritual food is to go within, not outside. So that's why in the first part of to become Sadvipra is to sanctify yourself. Reach a point wherein you are a sanctified being. And then serve.
Mhm. Mhm.
Be dignified. Selflessly. Because business, commercial, is I will give you service, but you have to pay me back. That's business, right? That's not service. That's not selfless service. But I do something for you to make you happy because
Mhm.
I care about you. And that's the quality of a real leader.
Mhm. Okay.
Whether you're a mayor, you're a commissioner, you're a state senator, you're a congressperson, that is the calling of a public servant. Anybody as a public servant will try to be selfless. What do you think? Make
So
sense?
what, yeah, so what I'm hearing from you is service to self and service to other by, by being sanctified, you do meditation and then you go out into the world and do your service, whatever work you're doing.
What
It's
about the
kind
people who does not do
of,
meditation? They do self-introspection. So I
mm-hmm.
don't even want to limit the word meditation for that sanctification of the human being.
Mm,
Prayer, or you go to church, or you go pray 5 times if you're a Muslim. I do
mm-hmm.
meditation the
Mm-hmm.
moment I wake up and before I sleep, in the middle of the day, in my
Mm-hmm.
car. I close my eyes and
Mm-hmm.
I do introspection.
Mm-hmm.
In my case, I repeat a mantra, a sacred word, which means love,
Mm-hmm.
or I'm in love with you, my creator, whatever.
That's
See, I
beautiful.
would not want to just use meditation because it will isolate the others.
Mm.
It's a connection with your inner self, right? And yes, you were saying something.
Yeah, it's just the practical way how to go within. That's why I mentioned meditation is an important part of spirituality. And so, as I practice yoga myself, yoga means union with the divine, and meditation is the tool that is being used for that. So that's why I mentioned that. And so the practical aspect of it, what you're talking about, is to serve humanity. And that is a beautiful combination of, serving oneself and serving others in
Yeah.
balance.
Self-care and then others,
Mhm.
right? And
Yeah.
I was going to mention about your meditation, you wanted to emphasize. Sitting in meditation is a little bit stable. So you can sit for a little bit longer. And if I want to pray and I'm kneeling down, you cannot stay so long. But if you pray and you're sitting down, I think that's also good practice. You meditate, you can say your prayers, or you just meditate and just offer your breath and let God, you can say, or your inner self, your supreme self, to speak to you. And you have to be quiet because you cannot listen if you're not quiet. So meditation is like that too. And how do you feel that the Supreme is talking to you? You can feel it in your heart. You can feel it in your mind. Suddenly a feeling comes. It's a flow of energy. It's a flow of joy and inner peace. Okay, so that I was telling about participation and you're ready to run for office. But the other one, another participation for those who wants to help Sadvipra International is participation by helping us to sign petitions.
Okay.
Petition. There is a urgent need to because with all the prices, all the high prices and all that, there is an urgent need to petition to guarantee the purchasing capacity of the people's money, the ability to maintain your family with dignity. So if I'm earning this, I should be able to purchase what I need for my home, for my day to day, which
Mhm.
means a living wage. Bernie Sanders have mentioned this. They say a starvation wage. One should not get starvation wage. I mean, for the common people, I don't know how many poor and below poor now in the USA. 180 million.
Wow, that's a lot.
So that's a lot. So seriously speaking, if you we are the paycheck to paycheck,
Mm-hmm.
that number of people needs to kind of have an assurance that in this nation they can survive without getting welfare checks,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because
Yeah.
nobody wants to eat food or like that for just for free. I earn it. I can, unless you are not able to earn that living. But a lot of people are working people. But as a working person, I want to feel dignity
Mhm.
that I'm able to, uh, provide for myself and my children, my family, my extended family. So the wages, the wages have to be a living wage, a living wage that can allow you to have the purchasing power
Mm-hmm.
to purchase your things. And this can be done in many ways. If you
Mm-hmm.
work for a company, or you start your own business, or you create a cooperative business, with 5 people, you can start a cooperative. And then you all contribute to the decision of what you want to do with your business. In the USA, you can even get master's degree with cooperative knowledge.
That's wonderful.
There's I'm not sure about the data, but so far 40,000 cooperative businesses are here in the United States. I may be
Wow.
wrong, but one can Google. And the
Mm-hmm.
the pros and the cons. The only con with cooperative is that if you bring so many people in one cooperative and the decision making is a little tricky, but because everybody's owners, everyone is owner, that you would be able to adjust with the different what you call this, personalities. Sometimes maybe there's a clash, but if you have one goal to socioeconomically survive, without that means the cooperative dynamo, then it will work. Small
Mm.
scale, large scale.
So my question is, when a person joins Sadvipra internationally, they're going to agree to provide basic necessities for humans. Is that what you're rallying for? Is that what you're wanting people to, to be a part of, to support the needs?
No, I'm saying that if we want to petition
Mm-hmm.
with our elected official, and we can start discussing it, how the public can have a better purchasing power. So if the members are ready to sign off on it, then we can do a petition campaign, and it can be discussed in the local community. It can be
Mm-hmm.
discussed with the mayor and the commissioner, and then it can go to the state, and it
Mm-hmm.
can be brought to Congress, etc., etc. Whatever is the process, but
Okay.
it is for the people,
Mm-hmm.
by the people, and of the people.
So what exactly it is that you want the petition to look like?
We will have to deliberate on it.
Mhm,
We're going to chalk out, but let the people come first.
mhm,
And we have monthly, circle monthly meeting
mhm, mhm,
during the full moon. And it's a, whatever work it is with the public, with the society, small or big, local, ideally local, because it's easy. You can feel people's hearts when you sit on a round table, and round table should be occupied by anybody in the community, a priest, a teacher, an unemployed, a youth, anybody who is above 18 years old,
mhm.
uh, a lawyer, a doctor, anybody who is concerned, and elected officials. They We need to learn how to sit on a round table regularly to discuss about the problems of the local area and how we can improve our basic necessities, our basic existence. That's the part of the service. But meanwhile, we have to strive to become ideal human beings,
Beautiful.
which is
Mhm.
we have to strive to become sanctified and then be dignified. Is it exciting?
It's exciting.
I
Thank
think it's
you.
exciting.
It's great. This is wonderful.
And then the more you discuss about it, the more you will have intuitive what you call understanding of it. Because in
Mhm,
in a capitalist framework, it's marketing.
mhm,
Even if it's not true, you will accept it as truth, even if it's false,
mhm,
as long as it's repeated so many times, so many times, so many times. No,
mhm,
one should not one should not accept. If it's false, you should not accept it. But because it's the show, the culture is imposing you all the time, what you see on TV all the time, then you will forget, you will lose your discrimination. You're hypnotized, captured
mhm,
by what is imposed on you. So
mhm,
the forces of good must also start talking about the light, the
mhm.
supreme light, the divine light, the goodness of the heart of the humanity. And
Totally. Mhm,
human family, I'm not talking about society even, human family
mhm,
in your area cannot be divided. We should feel like you feel happy with you when you're with family. So we should try to a little bit extend our heart to the human family in our midst, you know. And
mhm,
eventually, who knows? We can create a blissful family, a global family,
mhm,
when everybody is understanding what is the purpose of this human life. Why was I born? Was I born and then live and then die?
mhm.
That's very sad.
Well,
And
there's a
everybody
beautiful
dies.
saying that
Huh?
I still remember by an ascended master, Sri Sri Anandamurti, that says humanity is one and indivisible. That means you cannot divide humanity, and we have to support the needs of existence in humankind. And so it is crucial that we totally understand that we need to be provided with the basic necessities of life in order to elevate our spirituality and everything else that comes with it, our mental state of being, it and the peace of mind that's needed, to be in this world, right? In this third dimension. So Sadvipra, internationality seems like it's a great idea to be introduced this time. And since you told me that it
Globally.
in your first video, you said that it's an ancient concept by ascended masters and enlightened beings. That even gives more value and credibility to Sadvipra internationally. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amy Johnson. Thank you for sharing this incredible concept.
Thank
And
you for your patience. Very much. Goddess Maya, because your name is Maya Devi, the shaman.
Maya Devi is my Sanskrit name that was given to me.
Uh-huh.
And so thank you. Thank you so much. And look forward to another discussion about Sadvipra internationally. It seems to me like from what I'm hearing from you, it is the call of our time. And this is the time that we put our foot forward, right? And get what humans need in
Yeah,
this.
underscore highlight righteousness and
Yes, yes,
spirituality.
totally. So thank you, and we'll see you again next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ciao. Hasta luego.
Ciao. Okay, bye for now.